Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Qadissiyah in Iraq. Now, most important aspect of this landscape is, of course, the rivers. You can see just how wet this region is, and that is because we are in the heart of Mesopotamia. You can see right there, Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia meaning the land between two rivers, the two rivers being the Euphrates, which dominates the region we're going to talk about tonight, and the Tigris River coming up through here. So we are literally between the two rivers, aren't we? So this area, as you can imagine, is very marshy, especially down here in the south. You're going to see on Google Earth, this is just one huge wetland down here. Very, very wet, very, very fertile. So lots and lots of farmland is pretty much like the only thing you can find in this area besides the capital city, which is Diwania, right there, right on the river there, the Euphrates River. And this is a little tiny area of Iraq, and it's pretty much just river, marshy land. It's pretty much all I have to say about geography. Let's get into the history, which is going to be a bit of a problem for me. So, to introduce this, Iraq has very cleverly named its governorates after different aspects of Iraqi history. I've already done a video on Al-Anbar, which is named after a very ancient Mesopotamian town. You can see like Salah ad-Din up there after the general. This area is no exception. Al-Qadissiyah is named after a very famous battle that happened actually just in the outskirts here. Way back in the year 636. Why was this battle so important, especially to Iraq? Well, back in 636, this region belonged to the Sassanid Persians. Bit of a history lesson. We had the ancient Persian Empire, which when you think of the Persian Empire, that's what it is. It got conquered by Alexander the Great, and when he died very unexpectedly, actually not near from here, his empire splintered. His various generals took different parts. So the general that took over the ancient Persian area, created the Sassanid Empire. So it was still the Persian Empire. It was just like the newer, fresher version of it. The Sassanids started to expand over this way, kind of getting into what was then Roman territory, so there was a bit of a clash there. But in the year 636, there was a new player in town, and it was the Arabs. The Arabs coming up from down here. Ready to fight and defend this area. So it was the Persians versus the Arabs, and the Arabs won out. It was the last time that the Persians were in what's now Iraq, and it's been an Arab-dominated land ever since. So it's a very, very important battle for not just like the Iraqi people, but for like the history of the whole Middle East, right? It sort of changed the game. And flashing way forward to the 1980s, when Saddam Hussein was going to invade Iran, he described it as his Qadissiyah because it was the Arabs fighting the Persians yet again, as a way to kind of rally up some patriotic feelings so that people would go fight in his war. Now that is all very neat and very interesting, right? I think it's really cool. Not Saddam Hussein, the history of this region. That this huge important battle that changed everything about Iraqi history happened here. I think that's cool. what is not cool is that when I am trying to research the history of Qadissiyah, 99.9% of my findings is about this battle. So I honestly, I know this has happened in a video before where I've come up just empty-handed in any kind of history past the year 636 because all of the information I find is about this battle. I look up history of Divanaya, the capital, and it's like, oh, it's the capital of the region where the Battle of Qadissiyah happened. And it's like, cool. And that's like all that I've got. So I believe me, I've tried. I found some news about after the United States invaded Iraq in 2003 that a rebel movement sprung up in the area here to fight against the coalition government of Iraq that was implemented after the invasion, but compared to other happenings in Iraq since then, that's like peanuts, you know. That's pretty much all that I found, and I feel so bad. Like, surely there's been some amazing things that have happened in this region, but, you know, I figure it's like the equivalent of like if I tried to look up the history of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. All I'm gonna find is just about the Battle of Gettysburg, right? Whatever happened before and after is eclipsed by this huge battle that changed history, right? So that is all that I have for you on history. And you know me, you know that I dug so deep trying to find just any cool tidbits here. I've got nothing. I scoured as much as the internet I could. I found, like, it popped up on this one random website that catalogs every roller coaster in the world. There's a little theme park here in Diwania. Okay, like, I've really tried to find as many various sources as I could. I've got nothing. And I think it's also that, you know, when I'm searching on Google, it only wants to show me things in English. So I'm sure there's many references in Arabic, which I could happily translate using Google, but it only wants to show me the English ones, and all the English ones just talk about the battle in 636. So, I mean, you can imagine that this area has been a farming region. There's a big battle there, and it's probably just been a little farming region ever since, just down the way from Baghdad, which is right up there. And yep, that's all I've got for you. So let me at least show you around Google Earth so that, oh my goodness, this tablet just slipped out of my hand. So you can kind of see what the region looks like from above. Here we go. So there's the actual town where the battle happened, Qadissiyah. The slideshow is no bueno. It's just pictures of streets. But as we zoom out, you can really see how the landscape of this region is so vastly different from like the region just to the south, and that's all because of the floodwaters of the Euphrates and the Tigris. So let's head over here. Here's that marshy area that I was telling you about. Nothing. Can you show me the city names, please? There we go. So there's Diwania, the capital city. You can see the Euphrates River snaking through there. And, you know, I've also tried to look through here, try to show you some slideshows. That's where the roller coaster is. There's a Corniche area here. But it's just, you know, the amusement park with the roller coasters. Lots of really neat mosques, but nothing that I'm like, you guys gotta see this. And look at this amazing farmland over here. You know that these plots of land have been here for, gosh, the dawn of farming, right? This is where farming was invented. So, very fascinating, isn't it? This farming landscape. Just the entire area is farming landscape. And the nice green areas around the rivers are really pretty, but like, look at just how marshy this region is. And we're not even in like the marshy region of Iraq. That's further south. Isn't that interesting? There's Al Qadissiyah, where the very, very famous battle occurred. There's the Euphrates River right there. Pretty cool. Look at this very efficient farmland here. And then the farmland down here as well. That is pretty much all that I have to show you guys. And I'm so disappointed because it's Iraq. Like, this is where history began. This is where the human story really begins. And I've got nothing for you other than that big old battle. Which, I mean, very important. But, that's all I've got for you. This landscape is really neat, though. Mesopotamia is really gorgeous. So anyway, I guess that's going to be it for tonight. You know I tried. I really gave it my all, and that's all I've got for you. But if you did enjoy this style of content, please consider subscribing. I promise that I'll have more for you next time, because next we're going to go to Saudi Arabia. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. I do hope that you found this video relaxing and educational, and I really hope that you have a good night. Look at this region from space even. It's so prominent. Anyway, good night.